Ventrac is a new line Weingartz just took on just over a year ago. Very excited, has done extremely well for the first year. And Aaron Garber from Ventrac is going to walk through some of the popular attachments. What's unique with the Ventrac, it offers a wide range of attachments for year-round versatility and year-round profitability. But he's going to walk through some of the popular attachments. So hopefully you enjoy.
I'm Aaron Graber. In this video, we're going to talk about one of our most popular attachments, the HQ680 Tough Cut. The Tough Cut is our most versatile mower deck, and it's utilized by all different types of customers. It's capable of cutting anything from field grass to woody plant material up to 1 inch in diameter. The Tough Cut has a 68-inch cut width and is a 3-blade rear discharge design. This helps process high volumes of material without bogging down. In its standard form, the Tough Cut has 3 separate cut heights: 3, 3 5/8, and 4 1/4 inches. With the optional swivel wheel kit, you have the ability to change the cut height from 3 1/2 inches to 7 inches in 1/2 inch increments. And just like all Ventrac mower decks, the Tough Cut has the ability to be flipped up from the front for easy cleaning and maintenance. The Tough Cut connects to the tractor via the front hitch arms and the belt-driven PTO. Belt drive is a clear advantage in this application because you don't have to worry about breaking shear pins or building excess heat with hydraulic drive. If you come up to an obstruction or you build up too much material in the deck, the belt can slip and you can back off and let the mower deck catch back up before it does any damage. It's a much more convenient way to mow in rough applications. The advantages of our Tough Cut are so impactful, they've made it our #1 selling attachment. First of all, this deck on a 4500 tractor is able to go into places where other machines can't get to. Sometimes that means mowing on steep hills, other times it means mowing in very wet or swampy areas. The Tough Cut deck is engineered to work well and built to last. It has heavy-duty components and deck construction so that it can stand up to true commercial use day in and day out. This deck has proven to be irreplaceable for golf courses, municipalities, schools, and contractors, doing anything from mowing native areas to clearing paths through the woods. It's truly the most versatile deck we have, and it handles almost anything. In this video, we'll talk about our line of finish mower decks for the 4000 series tractor. The Ventrac 4000 series tractor is well suited for various types of mowing. We have a contour deck and a reel mower that we sell mostly to golf and sports turf, and we also have a Tough Cut deck, which handles rough mowing and field mowing. We capture most other general purpose mowing with our straight finish decks. These decks come in 60-inch side discharge, 72-inch side and rear discharge, and a 72-inch offset model for better trimability. We also have mulch kits available, as well as a hydraulic easy lift option. In this specific video, the single deck that you're looking at is the MS720, which is our 72-inch side discharge non-offset model. It's important to note that this deck also shares the same characteristics and design features as the rest of the range. We've engineered this line of finish decks to provide our customers with the best mowing experience possible. The most powerful advantage of this system is the access that it provides you. You're able to climb hills that most other equipment can't. You're also able to operate this tractor and mower deck in wet conditions or soft ground conditions where other equipment would get stuck or leave ruts. Also, because of the articulated and oscillating frame, you won't leave ruts when you make tight turns with this tractor. You can add dual wheels to allow this combination to mow on steep hills up to 30 degrees. The main features of these decks are that they have a 5-inch deep deck shell. It's also smooth on the underside so that it collects less grass and it maintains a consistent cut. They also have 5-inch steel rear rollers to provide the best stripe possible, a single lever height adjust system for ease of adjustment, and an offset front left caster wheel for better trimability. Lastly, the entire deck is a fully welded steel structure, with select components being high-strength steel for added long-term durability. All of these features add up to produce a deck that is both easy to use and produces great results. The way these finished decks interact with the tractor is also very important. First of all, with the deck out front, the operator has better visibility. They can see the corners of the deck, so they can maneuver around things easier. The deck also floats independently of the tractor to follow the contours of the ground better and ultimately provide a better finished product. The third key component is serviceability. Having the deck out front of the tractor makes it easy to flip up and service, as well as have access to change belts or adjust certain things on the deck. Lastly, with the deck in front of the tractor, it's a very simple process to change from the mower deck to a number of different attachments. To connect to these finished decks, all you have to do is connect the hitch arms and the PTO belt. As you can see, once you're in this position, you have access to the underside of the deck. This allows you to change or sharpen blades, service your spindles, or clean the deck. We talked earlier about how the bottom side of it is made smooth so it accumulates less grass. You can see that here. This is all one surface so that there isn't as much grass buildup and the consistency of cut stays similar. You'll also see some mounting holes in the baffles. This is where the mulch kit mounts to should you decide to use one. There's 3 anti-scalp rollers across the front of the deck. If the cut height is 2 inches or higher, you want the position of these rollers to be in the lower hole. If it's 1 3/4 inches or lower, you want the position in the upper hole. When operating these mower decks, you'll want to always have the SDLA lever in the float position. This allows the mower deck to have constant contact with the ground, help prevent scalping, and provide the best quality of cut possible. With weight transfer on maximum, you'll have the most traction possible. If you take weight transfer entirely off, you'll have the boldest stripe. Anywhere in between, and you'll have some mix of the two. I'm Aaron Graber with Ventrac, and in this video, we'll talk about the Aerovator. The Aerovator is an advanced aeration tool that offers significant advantages over normal aeration equipment. The vast majority of aeration equipment either just punctures the ground or punctures it and pulls material out, whereas the Aerovator relies on vibration. Each cluster of spikes on the Aerovator has an eccentric mounting point to the main shaft. So as you drive along, each spike enters the ground and then it shakes side to side to create that vibration. The vibration works better the drier it gets, but you can still use it in normal spring or fall times where the ground is saturated. One of the most dramatic differences between this style of aeration and others is that when you're done, there are no cores left over. The Aerovator has a working width of 60 inches. It has 144 individually replaceable solid steel tines. It also creates holes at a rate of 9 per square foot and up to a depth of 2.75 inches. Optional accessories for the Aerovator include a seed box and a rear roller kit. The seed box has a 2.5 cubic foot capacity. The seed is dispersed from the hopper by the seed roller, which is driven by an electric motor. This allows for single pass aeration and overseeding to get the job done faster. The roller amplifies the Aerovator's ability to be used more frequently because as it passes over the holes, it helps to seal the very top of them up so that the impact on the very top of the surface is as minimal as possible. This helps ensure that foot traffic doesn't notice the aeration as much, especially if it's been done right before an event. If being used without the seed box, the Aerovator has the ability to add an additional 8 Ventrac weights to the top of it, which help penetrate dry and hard ground. The additional seed box is very simple. It bolts onto the top of the Aerovator frame, and then you can open these latches, flip the lid up, and fill your compartments. This lever opens and closes the gate. So it's closed now. Move it to the right, it's open. And then this setting right here, if you take it loose and adjust it, will change where this lever opens to. In the manual, we have several pages of application rates for different types of grass seed that you can refer to get a baseline setting. The clutch on this attachment is a very important part of the operation because it allows the tines to remain still until they're put into the ground. This means that you can keep the PTO on and just lift the attachment up and out of the ground when you need to without having to disengage and engage the PTO over and over again. This also prevents the tines from spinning until you get them in the ground where they actually need to vibrate. This Aerovator also has the optional roller kit installed on it, so you can see this bracket right here has multiple mounting holes. This allows you to select the height of the roller, which effectively makes a difference on how deep the tines go into the ground. The Aerovator is an essential tool for taking care of sports fields or any other heavily trafficked green spaces. It extends aeration opportunities and gives users the ability to take care of their grounds in the best possible way all season long. And just like all of the other Ventrac attachments, because it's on this tractor, it has the ability to be used on hills, in wetter conditions, or in places other machinery just can't go. In this video, we'll discuss the Power Rake. The Power Rake is an excellent tool for finish grading or renovation work on dirt or gravel surfaces. Because of the articulation and oscillation of the tractor and its low ground pressure, you can use this Power Rake on surfaces that would be too delicate for a skid steer or a larger tractor. With dual wheels on the tractor, this Power Rake is capable of working on hills up to 30 degrees. This means that contractors or other users can do jobs with this equipment that they wouldn't be able to with other equipment. The Power Rake has a working width of 54 inches and can angle left and right up to 18 degrees. The drum has a total of 72 carbide tips that are individually replaceable, and it has a height adjustment range of 3.5 inches. The Power Rake attaches to the tractor using the front hitch arms, the belt-driven PTO, and the two main hydraulic lines. Across the front of the drum, we have a dirt flap that can be adjusted by loosening these two bolts on both sides and then pivoting it closer or further away from the drum. The closer the flap is, the smaller the debris it lets carry over the drum and creates a cleaner finished product. You can leave these plates pinned up and out of the way, which will allow material to flow out the side, or you can pull this pin and move it down to one of these three adjustment holes to carry the material. On the top of the Power Rake, you have your depth control. You press this down and then move this one direction or the other to raise or lower the drum relative to the gauge wheels. In the center of this range is this blue highlighted area, and that's where you want it to be for attaching and detaching. This places the hitch arms at the correct place so that the tractor can drive into the attachment. The drum on the Power Rake is hydraulically driven, so it has the capability to run forward or reverse. And with this lever on this valve, you can change those directions. It's connected to a rod that runs back to the operator station so that you can change it from on the seat. With this lever forward, the drum will rotate in the correct way to drive the tractor forward. With it back, it will rotate in the correct way to drive the tractor in reverse. My name's Aaron Graber. In this video, we'll go over the Ventrac Stump Grinder. The Ventrac Stump Grinder has an 18-inch cutting head with 16 individual carbide cutting teeth. All of those teeth are replaceable and adjustable. It also comes with a convex mirror so that the operator can see safely and easily what's going on in front of them. The Stump Grinder is a great example of how Ventrac pushes the limits of versatility. At just over 28 inches wide and 33 inches long, this stump grinder is even more compact than a walk-behind stump grinder. But couple it with a Ventrac 4500 tractor, and it's just as capable as other commercial options. There's some other distinct advantages of this stump grinder that are worth mentioning. The Ventrac is a very turf-friendly tractor, so when you're using this tractor and stump grinder combination, you're much less likely to tear up the ground you're working on. This is great on nice lawns or in other areas where you don't want to leave a mess when you're done. Also, since it's on the Ventrac, you have the ability to get very close to obstacles or buildings and grind stumps, since the tractor is compact and maneuverable. Belt drive is a clear advantage in this application because you don't have to worry about breaking shear pins or building excess heat with hydraulic drive. If you come up to an obstruction, the belt can slip and you can back off before it does any damage. Most people know the Ventrac very well for its ability to operate on steep slopes, and with a stump grinder it's no different. You can grind stumps on hills that other machinery couldn't even get to. Another convenience for commercial users of this setup is that you have a very high transport speed of up to 10 miles an hour. This allows you to get from site to site much quicker than other stump grinders of this same capability. The stump grinder consists of two separate components, the cutting head and the mirror kit. When it comes to weight transfer, this is one attachment that you won't run in float. The stump grinder will work in any setting. This stump grinder is used and appreciated by golf courses, municipalities, schools, landscape contractors, and even homeowners. It's another great addition to your Ventrac fleet to make your tractor the most capable it can possibly be. I'm Aaron Graber with Ventrac, and today we're going to go over the narrow snow broom. Here at Ventrac, our brooms are some of the most popular snow removal attachments that we sell. This broom was specifically designed for snow removal on sidewalks and other very tight areas. The physical footprint of this broom is designed to perfectly pair with the tractor, and that's the main reason we designed it. One of the unique design features of this broom, relating to the footprint, is the fact that it's center pivoting. This broom has the capability of angling 30 degrees left or right. It has a working width of 52 inches, but when it's angled, it has a working width of 48 inches. This allows it to fit on a 48-inch sidewalk with no overlap. We've also given this broom a top-mounted hydraulic drive motor that allows it to be as compact as possible and not have any extra shielding hanging off to the side. Since this broom is hydraulic drive and has its own hydraulic drive system, we offer an electronic actuator kit. This gives the operator the ability to control the actual broom speed independent of tractor RPM, and also to pull up to obstacles, reverse the direction, and pull away from them. This broom features standard 24-inch tall poly wafers. The standard configuration is 27 wafers stacked alternating. However, if preferred, you can take the wafers out and nest them together, doubling the capacity and doubling the bristle density. The narrow snow broom connects to the tractor with the front hitch arms, the belt-driven PTO, the 2 hydraulic lines, and then the optional 12-volt electric line if you have the actuator. This particular broom has 2 jack stands, one on the left side and right side, to help keep it stable during storage or for trailering when you use the hooks for tie down. Those hooks are located on the front corners on the left and right. Before use in a winter event, as an operator, you'll want to dial in the weight transfer setting that works best for you. On this broom, we recommend either the number 2 or number 3 setting, which is somewhere in the middle of the range. In the number 2 setting, you won't be transferring as much weight back to the tractor, which means the broom will be a little bit heavier on the ground and a little more aggressive. And then in number 3 setting, the broom will be a little bit lighter and less aggressive, and you'll be getting more weight back onto the front axle of the tractor, providing more traction. With all of the features packed into this narrow broom, it will make an excellent addition to any snow contractor's fleet.